The STEAM Entrepreneurship and Research Network, also known as STEAMer, is an innovative interdisciplinary project to reconnect students, their teachers, and their community through immersion and the practical application of science, technology, engineering, the arts, math, entrepreneurship, and research. 3 schools comprise the core network: Washington Middle School, Ilima Intermediate School, and Waipahu Intermediate School. Each school innovated interdisciplinary learning experiences in sustainable agriculture.
With our program, it's all about developing students and engaging them with the technology and letting them be a part of the science club or within the school curriculum itself. So having one of our alumni, Audrey, who 4 years ago was involved ground level of not only this hydroponic but a greenhouse, but she was the key in terms of envisioning what could be done.
I had the honor of getting to know Ms. Dakamineh through the science fair projects that I participated in. And my best friends were all students of Ms. Dakamineh, so I naturally sort of wandered my way through Ms. Dakamineh's room, and we would always hang out there, and that's how it organically started.
And it was them that said, hey, we should start a club. We should, do things after school. Well, the end vision was to teach the kids about, food sustainability. How else can you grow food? Could we actually utilize the, hydroponics and see if we could take not only the horizontal space, but the vertical space. And so that the kids come off knowing that, hey, everything's integrated. It's not just, science that deals with hydroponic, but how do you advertise, your product or social issues on terms of food availability. Those are all, ties in with all what the other teachers are teaching alongside with science. And then every year it would just keep growing.
So right out of middle school, the pandemic occurred and the science club had to be stopped because students had to take classes from home. It was actually unique because Mr. Dakamineh, Mr. Hirano, Washington Middle School principal, also reached out to me around junior year, or the end of junior year, when things started rolling back, students started coming back to school, and I think one of the big goals of the project was to find a way to get students back in school and engaged.
I'm going to say science is a hands-on teaching and learning opportunity. You really can't learn science by reading a book, right? You have to do something, right? You have to think of something. You have to experiment, right? And so that all happens best in a face-to-face environment.
We got to it when I was a senior, and in summer, there's a grant from Governor Ige, and we could possibly fulfill it through Washington Middle School. And they asked me, Audrey, are you in? Can we do this? And I said, yes, for sure, let's do it.
The grant was written not just for Washington Middle School, but actually we had 2 other intermediate schools, Ilima Intermediate as well as Waipahu Intermediate. And these schools also have an ag program and they're also interested in hydroponics.
3 different schools, so you have Washington Middle with Jason Dakamineh, Waipahu Intermediate, Ken Kozuma, and Ilima Intermediate School, Randall Shin. So each school had a different part of this big project. And that's how basically, through the combination of the 3 projects, we created the STEAMer initiative. It just happened organically. I had a conversation with a member from the STEM Pre-Academy, and what that led to was the partnership collaborating with both schools in terms of this big STEAMer initiative. So in regards to our specific project here at the Intermediate School, we had created a partnership with the local K-12 and the community-based, where we had 2 teachers at Kaimilo Elementary School. We had 2 teachers here at Ilima Intermediate School, and we had 1 teacher at the high school to create a pathway into the ag program so that we could sustain the growth of our students as they get up to the middle school and at the high school level. And from that, we created a partnership with our students to create individual portable hydroponic systems for them. Now, to really connect it to our community, we tapped into an assisted senior living facility at Kapolei called Ilima Lehano. So from that, each specific client, which was a specific teacher or at the assisted living space, were our clients. And from that, we created a partnership with our students to create this unique opportunity to create individual portable hydroponic systems for them.
It's pretty cool working with other schools and other students from other schools. So we get a new perspective of what other schools are doing and what other students are thinking. And we can share ideas with each other.
So we're very appreciative of Governor Ige because the GEER grant comes out of his office and the opportunity to apply and then secure the funding for it. Because again, without that we would still do what we do, but it'd be in a more limited capacity, right? That GEER grant provides the teachers and students with so many more opportunities to do extended activities, right, than what might be possible with just the regular school funding.
We would have been able to compost without the GEER grant. However, this grant helped us to upscale our composting system and allowed us to analyze and collect data better and look deeper into the science behind how the microbes break down the inputs. My FFA students were able to use the composting system to do competitions for FFA, and they even won state and national awards. 2 students even used composting and qualified to compete at the FFA National Agri-Science Fair later this year. My real vision is to help other middle schools get involved because really, I think it's really important for younger people to get involved in agriculture.
With the grant, we're able to have all our electrical now hang down from the ceilings, which we don't have to plug into the side, giving us a nice walkway, through the facility, which we could even take a student in a wheelchair and then have them come through the facility as well.
And now this space is completely different from what I saw in 8th grade. And just to see how the space developed to vertical raceways, how each year there was a better upgrade and improvements from the previous year, and to see this place grow and the students grow, it was amazing, and that's what brought me a lot of joy in this project, I think.
After we finished the grant, it just doesn't stop where it's only going to be a facility for the science club. Here we're going to open it up to opportunities for the teachers to utilize, and then have them talk about in their classrooms food sustainability, food production, those kinds of things that they could use and teach through their own classrooms. Yeah.
I think overall, going back to the STEAMer initiative and the purpose and the reason why we wanted to create this initiative was, one, students were able to be empowered. So they were able to make decisions, to take initiative, to iterate their designs, because they had to network with each other and identify the needs of the clients. But yet they were able to take on the next level of basically fabricating their own outcomes to get the need across.
The STEAM Entrepreneurship and Research Network is a broad-based community endeavor that connected a multitude of subjects, teachers, and organizations beyond its 3 core schools. Seeds of Honua exemplified the STEAMer principle of student learners as student leaders in presenting the Save Seeds, Save Our Future workshop to Hawaii teachers in collaboration with a cultural practitioner intern and UH Manoa student in natural resources and Olelo, Hawaii. Engineering interns from UH STEM Pre-Academy refined their communication skills as they provided engineering design and product fabrication support to middle school students and teachers. Jensen Ueda, Extension and Outreach Associate at UH College of Tropical Agriculture and Human Resources, provided opportunities for students to engage and learn directly from experts, to collaborate with students on an introduction to hydroponics, and provided assistance to students in the fabrication of client hydroponic systems. Think Entrepreneur Hawaii presented Think as an Entrepreneur to students at each STEAMer core school. The workshop provided essential entrepreneurship training to future student leaders. The design of STEAMer Network initiative opens into the future. We look forward to collaboration with additional schools, teachers, and students to explore new opportunities for sustainable growth and interdisciplinary STEAMer education.